Afternoon, welcome to Channel 44. It's a beautiful afternoon here at the Miracle Center Cathedral, where the offices of Channel 44 reside. I am Mercy Gashegu Sembatia to bring you this afternoon's news in brief, together with
Noah Harris and Bill Clinton, to bring to you the local news bulletin today. To begin with, government decrees acute shortage of blood in hospitals. Dr. Dorothy Cheyune Byabazaire, the director of the Uganda Blood Transfusion Services, has declared the acute shortage of blood across the country. She indicates that currently there are only 320,000 units of blood available in the regional referral hospitals. Dr. Dorothy Cheyune emphasizes that the counting needs 450,000 units of blood this year to meet the high demand due to the increased cases of road accidents, rising numbers of cancer patients, and malaria cases. For the present, Hoima and Gulu regional referral hospitals have registered a huge need of blood transfusion among the refugees. Dr. Diana Atwini, the permanent secretary for the Ministry of Health, says. Due to the last month, President Yoweri Museveni commissioned the first oil drilling rigs in the Albertine Kingfisher, operated by China National Offshore Oil Corporation. And due to the discovery of this oil, the latest peak in the land conflicts in the region comes as the oil industry shapes into the production phase. George Agaba, the coordinator of a local association, Mpocha Young Initiatives, has noted more than 5 cases going on at Masindi High Court. Who is behind the land eviction in Bunyoro? More than 2,000 people have sued the Attorney General. The residents want court to order government to issue Mpocha evicts titles to fight off people who want to evict them from their land. In addition to the story to this, the Prime Minister has also accused the district land boards of being at the helm of land fraud, not only in Bulisa, but in the whole region of Bunyoro. Outside the Pearl of Africa by Mercy Gashegu.
Thank you, Bill Clinton. Now, outside Uganda, in Burkina Faso, the army now says more than 50 people 50 soldiers were killed in an attack by presumed Islamist militants in the north on Friday. In a statement, it said 51 bodies had been found so far. Several soldiers were still missing, and 3 wounded soldiers had been evacuated from the scene. The military had said earlier on Monday that 8 people had died in what it described an intense fighting in Odalan province. It said it killed more than 100 of the assailants, though the number has not been independently verified. This year has seen an upsurge in fighting in northern Burkina Faso, with more than 100 deaths reported in the first 6 weeks. The failure to stem the bloodshed led to 2 coups last year, and the ending of the French military mission to the country. This incident was reported as France officially marked the end of its military operations in the country, where it has been based since 2015 to help militants fight militants. In Madagascar, the authorities say that at least 2 million people will be affected once Cyclone Freddy makes landfall in the eastern part of the country. Experts from the National Bureau of Risks and Catastrophes have predicted that it will hit 9 regions in the country. Emergency teams are preparing to deal with the heavy rains, floods, and even landslides in areas that will be affected. The cyclone has been churning in the Indian Ocean for weeks, and according to experts, its impact will be felt between the districts of Vatomandri in the southeast and Manakara on the east coast. Those living in the areas have been advised to strengthen their doors and roofs, cut down dangerous trees, and stay indoors during the tropical storm. The island nation is among the top 10 African countries most exposed to cyclones and vulnerable to disasters, according to the World Food Programme. When Cyclone Cheneso struck in January, some 30 people died and more than 40,000 were displaced from their homes. In Botswana, the government says it has seen a big jump into rhino poaching, losing about a third of its population of the endangered species. Tourism Minister Filda Kereng told the parliament that 138 rhinos were killed over the past 5 years, though numbers dropped sharply last year. Official figures say just 2 animals were poached in the 5 years to 2017. The minister attributed the rise to continuing international demand for rhino horn, especially in East Asia. She also cited the displacement of poaching gangs from the southern African countries. Conservationists estimate Botswana had fewer than 400 rhinos in 2019. And elsewhere, the United States will back Ukraine in its fight against Russia for as long as it takes. That's according to U.S. President Joe Biden, who is on an unannounced visit to Kyiv. Mr. Biden's first trip to Ukraine as president came days before the first anniversary of Russia's invasion. He said that Russia's President Vladimir Putin had been dead wrong to think Russia could outlast Ukraine and its Western allies. He met the Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky and the pair visited a memorial to soldiers who have died in the 9 years since Russia annexed Crimea and its proxy forces captured parts of eastern Donbas region. Rescuers once again are searching for people trapped under rubble in Turkey after another earthquake hit the country, killing at least 64 people. A 6.4 magnitude tremor struck near the city of Antakya, near the border with Syria, where massive quakes devastated both countries on the 6th of February. The earlier quakes killed 44,000 people in Turkey and Syria, with tens of thousands more left homeless. Buildings weakened up by those tremors collapsed in both countries on Monday. Turkey's Disaster and Emergency Agency says the 6.4 earthquake occurred at 20:04 local time at the depth of 10 kilometers. And an assault rifle, this is the last one, an assault rifle and 163 rounds of ammunition taken from a man about to board a plane in New Orleans on Valentine's Day is an example of a trend identified by U.S. officials. In some parts of the country, more passengers are attempting to bring their guns through airport security. While 2022 was a record year for guns found at U.S. airport checkpoints, the TSA says 2023 may well beat it. Officers in Seattle, Washington, D.C., and Indianapolis have also raised the alarm. The TSA intercepted a record 6,542 guns at the airport checkpoints across the U.S. last year. Some 88% of them were loaded with ammunition. Over to you, Bill.
Madam Gashegu, according to the police reports between December 2022 and January 2023, police has registered 80 lives were lost and 200 are being nursed with wounds due to road accidents.
Here in Uganda.
Here in Uganda, we continue to urge the road users to be more careful.
Yes.
And more of our updates, we shall continue to inform you that Channel 44 is on the following platforms and on the following channel numbers. On DSTV, channel number 297, and then GoTV to channel number 812. I repeat, DSTV, channel number 297, GoTV 812, Star Times 290, Zuka TV 056. Then on Azam TV, we are on 152. Then free to air, you shall get us on channel 12. We are also on Your TV on Afro mobile app, then Airtel TV, and of course Star Times satellite 468.
You can go to any of those platforms and be blessed as you watch the revival nights that are happening here every night at the Miracle Center Cathedral, and also enjoy Pastor Jessica's program that happens every lunch hour. Actually, she comes on immediately after we sign out. Do not miss as she teaches on great things that happen in our day-to-day lives and how we can overcome them. Recently, she has been teaching on, of late she has been teaching on how our body parts as spiritual, yet they appear physical. Stay tuned and get to know which body part she's teaching on today. In the past days, it's been our intimate parts of the body, but today she could teach about another part of the body. Stay tuned. Remember to catch the lunch hour program also on YouTube and Facebook, Robert Kayanja Ministries and Pastor Jessica Kayanja Ministries. Drop by, you'll be blessed. Enjoy your afternoon. I remain Mercy Gashegu Sembatia.
And Wahariza Bill Clinton.
God bless you.